Namaste students, this is JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Students, I have prepared this lecture for MSc Botany, first semester. Paper name is Microbiology. Students, in last lecture we have seen some of the microscopes. Since this topic is very huge, that's why I have divided this topic in two lectures. In first half we have seen some of the microscopes. Now today we are continuing the same topics. So today's we'll start from phase contrast microscope. First of all, principle of phase contrast microscope. The application for phase contrast microscopy equipment range from the study of living biological specimens, medical applications, study of live blood cells, and other biological and science applications. Most commonly used to provide contrast of transparent specimens such as living cells or small organisms. Useful in observing cells cultured in vitro during mitosis. Another application is on stand living biological specimens have little contrast with their surrounding mediums. Now these two are the images of contrast microscope. First one is spirulum, second is clostridium. We can see these two bacterium, how contrast figure are there. So in this way we use to visualize these type of organisms. Next we are moving to fluorescence microscope. The working principle of fluorescence microscope is when certain compounds are illuminated with high energy light, then they emit light of different lower frequency. This effect is known as fluorescence, and this principle is implied over here in fluorescence microscope. Often specimens show their own characteristic autofluorescence image based on their chemical makeup. The key feature of fluorescence microscopy is that it implies reflected rather than transmitted light, as in case of previous some of the microscopes, which means transmitted light techniques such as phase contrast and DIC can be combined with fluorescent microscopy. Now advantage of this microscope. The conventional fluorescence microscopy has two major limitations. First, the physical process of cutting a section destroy materials, and so in consecutive sectioning a small part of the cell's structure is lost. So this is the first drawback of that microscope. And second is the fluorescent light emitted by the sample comes from molecules above and below the plane of focus. Thus, the observer sees a blurred image caused by the superimposition of fluorescent images from molecules at many depths in the cells. So this is the second drawback of microscope. The blurred effects make it difficult to determine the actual three-dimensional molecular arrangement. Now students, we can see these are the images formed by fluorescence microscope. First one is thin blood smear showing trypanosomes stand with acridine orange, and second one is a septum sputum smear containing Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria. Now, confocal microscope. Students, before this, whatever we have seen microscopes, they are classical type of microscope. This one is most advanced microscope, and this has brought a revolutionary step in microscopy. The confocal microscopy is an optical imaging technique used to increase optical resolution and contrast of micrographs by using point illumination and a special pinhole to eliminate out a focus light in specimens that are thicker than the focal plane. Means here we are using pinhole, that is the point to eliminate those light which are out of the focus, so that only precise image can be formed. This is the unique feature for this microscopy. It enables the reconstitution of three-dimensional structure from the obtained images. This is another benefit of this microscope, where we can form three-dimensional, that is 3D structure of images. Okay. Next is the advantages of confocal microscopy. By having a confocal pinhole, which is the unique feature of this microscope, the microscope is really efficient at rejecting out a focused fluorescent light, so that very thin section of a sample can be analyzed at a time. Okay. By scanning many thin sections through a sample, one can build up a very clean three-dimensional images. Now students, we can see this is the image which was taken by confocal microscopy, a 3D reconstruction of Pseudomonas biofilm. The biofilm was exposed to an antibacterial agent let me go to okay. So students, we were here. The biofilm was exposed to an antibacterial agent and then stained with a dye that differentiate between the living and non-living. This dye can differentiate the dead cell and live cell. Dead cell will appear in red color, whereas live cell appear in green color. Next is electron microscope. This is the most advanced version of microscope, where electron microscope is a type of microscope that uses a particle beam of electron to illuminate the specimen and create a highly magnified image. Students, remember, here is the difference between this microscope and previous one. That is the source of energy, that is electron here, whereas in earlier that was light. And electron microscopes have much greater resolution, resolving power than light microscope, that can obtain much higher magnification up to 2 million times, while the best light microscope are limited to magnify 2000 times. This electron microscope further divided into two types. First one is transmission electron microscope, another is scanning electron microscope. Transmission microscope, electron possesses a wave-like character. Electrons emitted into vacuum from a heated filament with increased accelerating potential that will have a small wavelength. Such higher energy electrons can penetrate distance of several micron into a solid. If These transmitted electrons could be focused images with much better resolution. Focusing relies on the fact that electrons also behave as a negatively charged particles and are therefore deflected by electric or magnetic field. The advantage of TAME is the TAME offers a very powerful magnification and resolution. TAMEs have a wide range of applications and can be utilized in a variety of different scientific, educational, and industrial fields. TAME also provide information on element and compound structure. Images are with high quality and detail. Now, some of the disadvantages of TAME. TAMEs are large and very expensive. That is, laborious sample preparation, operation and analysis requires special training. Samples are limited to those that are electron transparent. TAME requires special housing and maintenance, and images are black and white. So, apart from advantages, it has some disadvantages, and these are those disadvantages. Now, this is the image taken by transmission electron microscope, which is of E. coli, but this image is black and white. Now, scanning electron microscope, that is same. In this microscopy, incoming, that is primary electrons, can be reflected from the bulk specimen and can release secondary electrons. Primary electrons are focused into a small dimension electrons probe that is scanned across the specimen. The electrostatic or magnetic fields which is applied at the right angle of the beam can be used to change its direction of travel. By scanning simultaneously in two perpendicular directions, a square or rectangular area of a specimen that is known as raster can be covered. Now, in this microscopy, images of this area can be formed by collecting secondary electrons from each point on the specimen. Now, advantages of same. It gives details 3D, that is three-dimensional images, and topographical imaging, that is versatile information garnered from different detectors. This instrument works very fast. Modern SIM allow for the generation of data in digital form. It can magnify up to 1 lakh times. Most SIM samples require minimal preparation action. Now, students, these two images which are taken by scanning electron microscope, you can see the differences. First one is Salmonella, second one is E. coli bacteria. So students, in this way we have seen different types of microscopes, their principles, their applications, advantages and disadvantages. So on next turn, students, we will meet with new topic. Thank you very much.